Alright, welcome back to a new video. And of course, the movie we're going to review today is of course the newest movie that come out. And that is of course Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which is doing really well in terms of reviews and the box office. Which, not too surprised, it's Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, hard to mess with those. But before we get into the whole review, I have to admit something. I did not watch this movie because I was a fan of Mission Impossible. Although some friends did say, "Oh, this is gonna be a good movie. You're gonna watch it." I wasn't really thinking about it, right? I was thinking about skipping this movie, but I saw one specific character on the poster and in the trailers that convinced me. And no, it wasn't Tom Cruise or any of the other people. It's specifically this one right here. This woman right here convinced me to go to the movie. And you may be wondering why. Well, it's not for the reasons that you think, right? Or maybe it is, because, her design is really cool. I really like these type of designs. The sword and whatever she's wearing, the shirt, I don't know what it's called, right? The white paint on her face and all that stuff. And in the trailer, it's a tiny alleyway. I wouldn't say alleyway, but it's a tiny, it's a tiny way, right? And she's over here putting her sword or pipe, as I later find out in the movie, it's not a sword, on the wall. And I thought, oh, that is cool as hell, man. I'm going to watch the movie now. So, whatever, right? And another disclaimer, I have not watched any of the Mission Impossible movies, but then again, if you need to watch the other movies to like this one, probably not a good movie. But luckily, I did enjoy it, and I didn't watch any of the Mission Impossible movies, so that's good on them. I do have some goods and some bad things to say about it, of course, with any movie, but they're mostly good, right? Mostly good. All right, so the plot revolves around, of course, AI, hot topic these days, even though they had the Terminator series like a while back, and was it iRobot? So maybe it's not a hot topic, but of course it's AI gone rogue. Of course, it's an AI that can hack into basically anything that's not analog, right? Satellites, submarines, just military bases, basically making the truth not really be that truthful. It gets to the point where the U.S. government, as we see, is typing out hard copies of everything that they have, every file, right? Because all of it can be corrupted by the AI, and they can basically not really know what's the truth, so they're doing hard copies, right? And the only way to beat the AI is having two parts of one key, right? They slide into each other, they activate, and then you just unlock it and just basically just destroy it. And it's stuck on a submarine that's basically where the AI went rogue, where they were using it to be like, okay, let's see how good it is in battle, right? And the submarine sees another submarine in the distance. They were like, okay, well, let's shoot it, right? Boom, gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Why? Because the AI basically just put it in there. Deception and everything. And then when the AI basically went rogue, it took controls of one of the missiles and then just redirected it back. And let me tell y'all something. It's the beginning scene, but it is an amazing scene. I loved it. Suspenseful and everything. I mean, you probably could tell what was going to happen like halfway through the scene, but it doesn't change the fact that you still felt suspense, or right, you're holding on to your seat, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? But of course, with people now knowing how to unlock the AI and people trying to use it, governments are sending out their best men to try to find it. And basically, there is no team, right? Unless you're with a government, they're basically, everyone's gonna just jump on you like instantly, which is of course Tom Cruise's team. Right? And then there's the U.S. government team, which only consists of two people, because within a scene, the rest of them just get mowed down. So, not to mention, they're basically kind of useless. They just follow along. They don't do anything, basically. And you got the other team, which is the AI team, actually. It's the AI. The AI has its own guy, which, first of all, I hate to admit it, I thought this dude was George Clooney. I saw him in the theater. I was like, oh my god, George Clooney in this movie, right? It was, in fact, not George Clooney. But if you look at these pictures side by side, and of course, taking perspective, I was watching a movie and he wasn't really that close up most of the time anyways. You could probably excuse me for thinking that was George Clooney, but that doesn't change the fact that he was a really good character. Out of all the characters in the movie, he was my favorite. And of course, his team consists of him and the woman that's the whole reason why I watched the movie, which of course she gets betrayed in the halfway point, and she almost died. I thought she died. I was like, no, my favorite character died. And she came back. Okay, she didn't come back. She wasn't dead and came back, but she never died in the first place. But let me tell y'all something. This is a really good movie. I mean, it could get a little annoying sometimes because there's a new character, which is a pickpocketer who accidentally gets herself involved with all the governments because she tries to steal one part of the key for money. But she is so annoying. I'm like, oh my god, I hated her. She's only not annoying like after 90% of the movie's done. Like I could care less about her. But the other characters, the other action scenes, they're really good. The car chases are amazing. Like, would I say it's better than the Fast and the Furious franchise? No. But then again, it's Mission Impossible. It's not really all about cars. It's also funny too. I mean, not all the time, right? It's mostly not funny, but it is. And let me tell you something. The way that they use the AI, even though I don't watch a lot of the AI movies and stuff, it's really good because there's one scene where they have these things in their ear, right? And of course, there's technology that can be hacked. And he does by tricking Tom Cruise's character. I forgot his name. Ethan, I think is his name. And running in different directions to try to prevent him from saving his lover. And then she dies by the same guy who killed her first lover. So that's gotta hurt, man. How do you get two of your girlfriends killed by the same dude? At that point, you might as well just start killing them, right? But of course they can't because he's basically the only person that knows how to unlock the submarine or something, right? He's basically needed, and he can't be killed. And although I'm talking a lot about the second half of the movie, the first half is also good. The airport scene is really good. There's a lot of, oh, this is what's gonna happen. Oh, nope, this is happening instead. Oh, well, they tricked you. Now you're gonna have to do this. And there's this whole scene with a bomb, right? A bomb they have to disarm by basically telling the AI the truth, right? Because the AI is basically telling him questions that it already knows. It just wants them to scream it out, only for them to realize that there's no bomb, which is scary as hell. Because they're like, oh my god, there's no bomb, and then they all have to escape and run away because, well, the AI is basically always one step ahead. Everything that they ever had basically worthless. Now they have to use analog and space satellites made from the Cold War, so it's falling into desperate times. And I like talking about other scenes, and another one is the train scene. Not like the one where they fight on it, but basically where they're about to fall off a bridge and they have to keep going up and up as every single car starts falling down until the last one, obviously. But other than that, it's a really, really good movie, to be honest. Is it one of the best ones? No. To be honest, it's definitely top 5 this year, but there's a lot of other movies that I enjoyed more. But we'll get to that later, because of course the next video will be the ranking of all the 2023 movies so far, because besides Mission Impossible and besides the fact that my wallet is in fact empty right now, there's basically no other movie. I mean, the Haunted Mansion movie is going to come out at the end of this month. Oppenheimer is also coming out basically the week I release this video, I think. Besides that, not a lot of movies coming out. I mean, Blue Beetle, but who the hell's hyped about that? No one. I mean, I guess some people who are desperately trying to be like, oh, Blue Beetle's going to be the movie that saves the DC. No, it's not. Let's be real. But anyways, I really enjoyed this movie. Hated this character a lot. She doesn't really grow on me, unfortunately, but whatever. They kill off another character, which basically wasn't there for that long, but considering she probably was in the other movies, I'm pretty sure other people are devastated. And for that, I am sorry, you guys. It should have been the new character. Am I hyped for Dead Reckoning Part 2? Kind of, but not anymore, because the writer and actor strike is probably gonna delay that movie until like 2026 or something like that, man. We ain't getting no new movies in the next coming year, man. That's not fair. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.